sometimes, just on that rare occasion, there is beauty in monstrosity. And it is the sort that is so in your face. Enter the Multistrada 1200 Enduro. Its sheer size is jaw-dropping. It's an intimidating motorcycle to look at and is capable of getting you across continents. And if you've ever been bitten by the adventure bug, you're quite aware then that motorcycles are one of the best ways to go on that adventure. But what is it that you look for in an adventure motorcycle? Probably low weight, decent power, off-road capability, and extreme comfort. Besides being anything but dainty, the Multistrada is what the modern-day apex of adventure motorcycles looks like. Popping eyeballs. When you first approach the motorcycle, the facade is sure to grab your attention. That predatory front beak and a set of dual headlights with the high fly screen are a signature of the Multistrada series, although the Enduro version gets an even bigger front beak. But look beyond and the proportions seem to get gargantuan in nature. The 30-liter, bulbous fuel tank sits authoritatively at the center, and this is what really stands out on the Enduro. The curves blend seamlessly with the edges, and finally, there's a nice deep swoop into seat. If anyone could make a purpose-built, adventure motorcycle beautiful, it had to be the Italians. The rest of the seat, the pillion seat, and the rear end are shared with the other Multistrada models. This Enduro version simply towers over the other models in the series, thanks to the spoked wheels that sport larger 19-inch front tires. And these aren't just regular rims. If you look closely, you'll notice that the spokes sit on the outside of the rim. In addition to being durable and expensive, this feature allows the Enduro to use tubeless tires, quite like what's seen on the BMW R1200 GS. It also gets 200 mm of suspension travel at the front and the rear, about 30 mm more than what you see on the other Multistradas. And let's not forget the use of a double-sided swing arm instead of a single-sided one, which can take more of a beating and really helps with stability when riding off-road. The Enduro also gets a raised, side-slung exhaust that's in tune with the typically Ducati L-twin soundtrack.
Enter the cockpit.
If you've ridden the other Multistrada models, the TFT instrument cluster is going to be a rather familiar feature. It is well laid out, customizable, easy to read and light adaptive. But the Multistrada's party trick is its rider modes. This can be accessed via the toggle buttons on the left switchgear, which are really easy to use. Once you get the hang of navigating through the menu, it's simply amazing how customizable the entire motorcycle is from the cockpit itself. This is the top-of-the-line Multistrada model, so everything from the suspension to the engine's character can be controlled electronically. The 4 basic rider modes, Sport, Touring, Urban and Enduro, can be switched on the go. But when you are at a standstill, you can go into each mode and customize the character and limitations of the Enduro even further. Besides the 3 levels of power output, which is 160 HP on high, Sport and Touring, and 100 HP on low, Urban and Enduro, you get 8 levels of traction control, wheelie control, and ABS. Although, it must be noted that, in Touring mode, you get 100 HP until the 4,000 RPM mark, and from there the full 160 HP kicks in. To make the Enduro ideal for various riding conditions, and your level of skill, Ducati's electronic skyhook suspension offers 4 settings and 24 levels of preload. It also gets Ducati's version of a hill hold which releases the brakes gradually when stopped in Enduro mode. The comfort zone. Getting on the bike can be a bit daunting. I'm about 5 feet 10 in and my feet just about reach the ground. The good part, however, is that it gets a main stand, but you'll need some proper muscle power to actually use it. This is definitely a bike for taller, larger built riders. Once you're astride the Enduro, you're sitting well inside the bike. The seat is enormously comfortable. The handlebars are nice and wide and the front visor is manually adjustable and easy to use. And once you get it all the way up, the wind protection is just brilliant. Just a slight tuck in and you can hold this position all day, with minimal fatigue from wind blast. And if you start to get a bit tired, all you have to do is stand up. The spiked pegs hold your feet in place brilliantly, and the tank has just the right contours to squeeze in your knees. This position feels so natural on this bike, you could probably stand and ride all day.